All righty, it's 11:30. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here. And I'd like to say welcome to anybody who's watching. This is Kent County, Maryland, Department of Planning, Housing, and Zoning. I'm Bill Mackey, the director. This is Mark Carper, our associate planner, who's going to be presenting the staff report today, and Campbell Safin is our planning specialist serving as clerk. So nice to have everybody here. The way the hearing goes forward is staff reads the staff report into the record, after which you or anyone else in the room can cross-examine the staff on the staff report. For those who aren't able to observe, really, the applicant is the only member represented in the room. So far, there's no one here, and there's no one online to comment. Then you get an opportunity to present, and anyone who wants to speak in support of the application or in opposition, and then everyone really has the opportunity to cross-examine. I won't go through all the steps because it doesn't look like that part's going to happen. So, before the clerk reads into the record the public notice, would you please, for the record, state your name and property address?
My name is Edward T. Fitzgerald. I live at 30360 Daves Hill Road.
Okay.
In Kennedyville.
All right, thank you. And if you and our staff member would raise your right hand, do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give is true to the best of your belief and knowledge?
I do.
I do as well.
Okay, thank you very much. All righty, so the first step is the clerk reads into the record the public hearing notice that was published. Campbell?
The following notice was placed in the Kent County News on September 28th, 2023. On Thursday, October 12th, 2023, at 11:30 a.m., the Kent County Director of Planning, Housing, and Zoning will hold a public hearing in the County Commissioner's hearing room at 400 High Street in Chestertown, Maryland. Edward Fitzgerald requesting an administrative variance of 8.71 feet from the required 75-foot front yard setback to construct a 40-foot by 20-foot accessory structure. The property is located at 30360 Daves Hill Road. Members of the public may attend the meeting in person or observe and/or comment by phone. Letters were mailed to adjacent property owners of Mr. Fitzgerald on September 25th, and the property was posted on September 26th.
Thank you very much. Have we received any correspondence?
No correspondence has been received.
Okay, thank you. All righty. Then if you don't mind, Mr. Carper, if you'd present the staff report. I just have a question. Mr. Fitzgerald, have you read the staff report already?
I've read this.
Yes, that is the staff report, right. And for anyone who's listening in now or later, this staff report is posted online and is available to read. So with that in mind, if you could give us the highlights of the staff report.
Sure.
Thank you.
Highlights are as follows. In regards to the requirements for being granted a variance, staff and TAC have the following comments. MDOT SHA has reviewed the application, no concerns with approval. County Health Department did review it. They did have a question in regards to whether it be electricity and or plumbing. The applicant since submitted a narrative which indicates that electricity is being installed, but there be no plumbing or HVAC to be included in the structure. The practical difficulty of this is due to the non-tidal wetlands buffer and the topography of the site, thus limiting where an access structure can be placed, needing to put it closer to the road than the ordinance would allow for. Department of Public Works has no objections, but did comment that it could be beneficial to require a more detailed grading plan, pending the content of the plan, longer-term erosion control measures to ensure proper slope stabilization. Applicant has indicated that the sediment control of the site and erosion control of the back slope are to be employed, and I believe this through some sort of placement on that slope in the rear portion. The rear and side yards are wooded. There's an agricultural field across the road. Thus, there will be no adverse impact on the property values of adjacent properties, nor the character of the neighborhood as proposed structures in keeping with the common use of a residential property. Comprehensive plan is neutral in this matter. The proposal is consistent with the intent of the ordinance. Therefore, staff recommends approval with the following condition: that the variance hereby granted would lapse after 1 year of no substantial construction, in accordance with the plans herein presented were to occur. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Fitzgerald, would you like to present your application? Add anything? Just say anything in general?
Sorry to interrupt, but could
you,
turn on your microphone?
Yes. Thank you, Campbell.
Okay. I don't have anything to add to that. I feel pretty good about everything that's included in there. It's being accurate.
Okay. Good. That's fine. All right. Thank you. Always want to have you have the opportunity to say your piece because it's your
Appreciate that.
application. Yeah. So with variances, there has to be some sort of practical difficulty, some reason that applying the land use ordinance to this particular property as written would result in something unfair and there's usually something unusual about the property. In this case, it is one of those standard variance areas. It's topography, the location of a wetland buffer. Those things are legitimate reasons for granting a variance. As part of this decision, I'd like to include in the record the staff report, your application, and also the comments by TAC. And another part of this process is it allows neighbors the opportunity to come down and speak if they wish, and that's why we post and send letters so folks can comment on it, because it is a variation from the land use ordinance. So, but considering the conditions of the property, your application, and the staff report, all things seem to be in good order. So I would concur with staff and recommend approval of the variance. The one question I have is 1 year sufficient time for you? We've had a lot of people have trouble getting things done within a year because contractors are hard to get, et cetera, so.
I don't think that should be a problem. Yeah, I'm assuming that my excavation contractor will coordinate with the necessary authorities on how to proceed, but as I understand it, the proposal is to begin by removing the existing foundation that transverses this area and regrading before starting new constructions, and there's no delay in beginning that part of the process. So.
Okay. All righty, well, that sounds good, then we'll leave it at 1 year. Usually a decision is, in writing, is sent to you usually within about 2 weeks. We won't be able to issue the permit for 30 days from this date, but we can work on the permit, review it, et cetera, and get it ready for issuance. But the 30 days is to allow anyone who wants to appeal from the public, they can file an appeal for this decision within that 30-day period. And that's part of our law and also Maryland law, so.
All right. The only question I have, I'm assuming that this process is separate from the application for a building permit, so
It is,
now I
yes,
have
sir.
to begin that process. Okay.
And oftentimes your contractor is the one who does that process, but you can also, as a homeowner, do it yourself as well, so.
Okay.
Okay, all right, well, thank you, Mr. Fitzgerald.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you.